Alright. Hello, everybody. This is Nathan from Doc Strife. So, I have to go into the video and explain what is going on. So, a lot of people think I'm just there for the base of rating, or I'm there to make profit, or this and that. First, I want to give a little background. Cop mains absolutely fear me, especially with things I've done in the past. However, it's currently 1 a.m., and I'm going to have to give a better explanation. So, before we get into this, I want to just state a few things. I've been part of multiple rating orgs. In fact, my first org was a rating org called Destruction Extreme. Yes, I was in that. But then a corrupt admin that is now demoted, and I believe he is banned from the server, removed me, and the owner was very distraught about me being removed because I am what you call a stealth raider. If I was to actually raid, you wouldn't even know I was in your building, because if you did, well, you would either be dead or you'd be destroyed. However, I was also part of Kings and part of Glow. All three orgs were raiding orgs, and they died out. Surprise, surprise. Always happens. However, I feel like I need to go into each part of the video here, my editor, to give a proper explanation. Cops generally fear me, especially older cop mains definitely know my name in game, which is called Nathan the Rebel. Now, I had people like thinking like this is an actual raid or this and that. No. Basically, there's newer cop mains that are starting up on the server, and I needed to prove a point. So I come with the 3 points. Let's go into the editor. So, pause. So the goal is open up the cells. That way, if I get arrested, I can easily jump out and escape. Next one, minimal casualties. I don't want these cops to be dead. In fact, having 0 casualties is usually best. And by bringing them down to their knees on their health, like bringing them down to like 50 or even making it black and white, tends to prove a point on making them horrified of me. However, dropping down a few of them, maybe even some of the older cop mains or even injuring them, will definitely help in the long run and cause strife. Yes, that's based on my channel. However, this is just to cause chaos, anger, just all kinds of stuff, and confuse the hell out of them. So as you can tell, right now I am getting my final preparations because I realized I don't have enough C4 in my inventory that is outside of shipments. So, yeah. Either way, I gotta lower the volume on this thing. So, either way, chase music aside, let's go into it. 3, 2, so, okay, if you don't know what's going on here, I've heard the jail cells close, and I've heard the jail doors being unblocked that goes into the PD and have just opened. That allows all the cops to be generally in the area. Also, before this, there was a defense on the mayor, so they're all in there. So let's continue. Boom. Right now, they hear this beep. They hear this beep, and they're going to have to investigate where they're getting raided from. So, you ready? Let's go. I just noticed the thing was rolling down. I was like, okay, that's fine. I get the next C4 ready just in case it's a weapon or in case it didn't blow up. Luckily, one time it did, and now all the cops are in there preparing to defend. First, you notice is the chief. There's a cop that's behind me. There's a few detectives in here and a cop that's over here. So, let me explain what's about to go down. Right now, what I need to do is defend myself and not get locked up. I need to get to these buttons and hit the red, then green. Then I would either A, run up here and blow up the door with the third C4, and all the cops, of course, are going to be trying to grab me and stuff while I'm waiting for that, so I'm going to be going around in circles, or B, get out. However, I didn't have a chance to do either of those, and instead you'll see what's going on. So I first things first noticed that the police chief is there, and thanks to the reach of the arrest baton, he was able to want me. Now, I had to think of a quick choice before this. I was like, if I attach C4, I have the potential of blowing myself up. However, if I place it, it makes cops, one, detective that's behind the stairs, detective over here, and the cop over here have to cower in a corner or get out, because now they cannot enter this zone right here without the fear of being blown up. However, the chief just absolutely goes berserk. Is able to want me. So right now, I'm sizing up the chief. I'm thinking, okay, how good is his accuracy? Because I know the bizarre reach of that arrest baton is insane, but is he good at close combat? Because right now he's probably expecting me to pull out a gun, but even though I have those 3 guns, those are only for distraction, diversion, loud noises, and they generally sneak into places. I can't aim for them because of the way the server is. So I immediately try getting the backstab. However, he stopped and he started backing up. So he knew about the backstab mechanic. So, however, I knew he wasn't buffed. So, boom, right there. 50, 50, 100% health gone. And this thing just blew up. And you get to see what I mean. So, 1, 2, and yeah. 1, 2, and 3. 2 detectives. This is the newest cop main. This is a threat. This guy immediately starts running towards me, and backstab is pulled off. 300 damage right there, right then. And boom. Now I see these other 2. Right now they're confused and don't know what to do. So I use this to my advantage. I note that this guy is over here. This guy is going to be a threat. He's investigating how I got in. So I note where he is. The other 2 cops are now running in panic and fear due to the fact of what I did. And now I've caused a strife. Now I immediately go and I press the red and green button so quickly. I turn around to check and I notice the guy that was at the hole is now going towards me, and the detective is starting to get a little brave. So I can either go this way and risk getting arrested without having a fight, or I can go this way, charging head first in hopes he misses. Even if he does get me going this way would have made them actually get extra time to close it, and then they would probably got me after. So this would be the easier route to escape. So I immediately noticed this. He was able to reach me, but you hear that noise? I was able to deal that 50 damage. I was arrested, and I walked right out as fast as I could. This is something I love to do. So I immediately start looking around. I notice my weapons aren't getting back to me fast enough, and you can see that they both have their arrest batons out. If you're not, it'll go back. See, they both have their arrest batons out because they know exactly what I'm about to do. However, one of them, this one that took damage, you can see the blood, his blood, the other guy's blood is over here. You can tell that I'm about to do something big. Now, I could have easily went for the raidable, but I decided to fall down, and I'm like, I gotta get going, because you can see who arrested me. And I immediately go, before I have one last look, the guy that's the scout cop, not the detective, starts shooting his gun at me. I get out the same way I got in, just to get out of there. And I just jump. Notice that my weapons were not returned when I left. However, as soon as I get out here, I guess I must have triggered something. Because boom, there you go, I escaped, and I got out of there. However, thus ending the video, and I thought I might as well put this. However, I did escape, was able to wait my timer out, and again, I had more than 5 minutes of footage, and I had to sub down to 1. Sorry about that, it's extremely late. So I thought I might as well explain what this all is all about. Now, of course, like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, you should be sticking only to the RP value, not the rating value. I used to be a very feared raider. I still am. In fact, I'm the reason why a lot of people's defenses for their bases are so secure because I used to just slip right through it. I used to be able to find any cracks or holes. I used to be able to do this. There was no lockpicks needed. There was no keypad crackers needed. Why? Because a lot of people had flawed bases. And I would take advantage of that. However, it came to the point where people started noticing more and more of their stuff missing, and somebody was able to find me. And I started getting paid in-game to help find flaws for bases. And depending whether or not how large their org was, I would charge them based on that amount. And I always size up people's bases. I was actually, like I said, I sized up on how many cops were here before I even knew, and I knew I was going to have either the majority of the police force or some of them. Bonus points if the mayor's involved, which is usually not. 3, 2, 1, and like I said, as soon as I placed on this, the doors were unlocked. They were ready to get out. And this was my time to shine to make sure that I solidify the factor that I am the police's worst nightmare, the government's worst nightmare in this game. That's all that was. And if I didn't do this, this would have been an issue. People would have taken advantage of this. People would be a bit more brave going after me, only for them to get dropped. This just makes it a lot more horrifying to them, knowing that, yes, me, Nathan from Dark Strife, is probably not someone, even though he's wanted, you don't want to try to arrest because you're going to probably get dropped. Or if not, he's going to find a way out. Or even worse, he's going to still find a way to get out of the prison doors even though they're closed. Somehow, some way, Nathan will find that. I'm not going to rhyme. It's too late to rhyme. But either way, I hope this gives you some insight that, yes, even though I'm a retiree on raiding, this is not actually how I raid. I don't go in with mass explosions all the time. Sure, sometimes I do, but not every time. Sometimes I use the C4 to cause mayhem like this. Either way, I hope this explanation helped. I'm going to post this back on the same forum post. I'm going to post it back on the thing because I felt like this explanation was needed before I go to bed. So either way, have a good night, everybody. Nathan Dark Strife signing out.